Hey guys, it's me Chrissy and I'm here with books 55 to 60 of my 2017 wrap-up. So, starting off, I was supposed to read like scary books this month, but I was more drawn to the books that I had since like 2014, 2015. So, I picked up Winger by Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith? Yeah. Winger by Andrew Smith. And yeah, I had this for a while, decided to finally pick it up, and it was funny and it was entertaining. And yeah, you're stuck in the mind of like a 14-year-old kid who's like a super genius, and like he has to deal with kids 2 years older than him who are like, he's just as smart as them, but I'd say his maturity level is not there yet. But also, I have a problem with the ending of this book. There are so many different ways to end a book like this, and the author chose to sort of I would say eliminate a certain character, and I was not okay with that because you don't have to kill, well, you know what, I already spoiled it. You don't have to kill someone just for the book to have a happy ending. It's not. It was like a fun book, and then suddenly a murder. I'm like, are you serious? No, I was not okay with that. And then I decided to pick up Red Dragon by Thomas Harris, and finally, oh my gosh, I loved it. We really get the perspective of like, this is basically the first like Hannibal book where you introduce Hannibal Lecter, but he's not really a main player here. He's just a serial killer that Will Graham caught before, but they're focusing on this other serial killer now called the Tooth Fairy, or rather what he calls himself is the Red Dragon. And this book was actually quite slow for me, but it picked up around the time when we were diving into the history of Francis Dollarhide, like how him as a child and him growing up and everything. Though in the movie, though, it wasn't really explained. Like, you knew he had kind of an abusive childhood, but it never really like detailed that. And also, Ralph Fiennes is just really handsome, so it's just like, I can't even. I might do a book versus movie of that. It could happen because I've actually watched that movie like more times, and I've only read the book once, so I might. It's one of my favorite movies, surprisingly, so yeah. And then because this was like monster themed or scary themed, because I believe the hype before Halloween is like what's more worth it than, or like it's more exciting than actually being like in Halloween. It's like the hype for Christmas is actually more than Christmas, So I picked up Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. This came out a couple years ago, and like every booktuber ever was talking about it. And yes, I thought I've seen everything with YA, especially if they're reading like Winger. But no, like I was pleasantly surprised how creepy some of these were, and I like how at the end of each short story, because I keep saying I don't like short stories, right? But I bought this. But then I figured, maybe it's different. Probably won't scare me. It didn't scare me, but like they were good. Like at the end of each short story, the author had like inspired by, let's say, The Craft, and then this song, or like this movie or this TV show. Super good. I really liked it because they had to get bloody, they had to get brutal, because it's Monster Girls Slasher Boys. Slasher Girls Monster Boys. So I was pleasantly surprised with this, and I really did enjoy it. I think I forgot who the author was that I was reading, but I really like the one about like the Alice in Wonderland short story. And then I went to Manila for Manila International Book Fair, and I knew, I kind of had like a clue that I wasn't gonna be reading a lot. As always, every time I go to Manila, I never read a lot. The only time I can read is on the plane going and on the plane coming back. So I was like, okay, I need something short, and this one, I literally just got it this month. I didn't buy it. This is actually from my book BFF Ramas, as always. He also made these earrings, by the way. Free advertisement. Anyway, this is from his German friend who forgot he already gave him a copy. So I got this copy. It's actually The Turnip Princess and Other Newly Discovered Fairy Tales by Franz Xaver von Schunworth. He is the guy who documented all the local folklore around Germany because he realized it was disappearing. And this is like edited by, I forgot who, but it's a woman, and compiled and edited with a foreword by Erika Eichenseer. Yeah, okay. Anyway, she's the one who, like, remember that time when people were freaking out because 500 new fairy tales were just discovered? These are some of them, and they're arranged by Part 1, Tales of Magic and Romance. Part 2, Enchanted Animals, 3 Otherworldly Creatures. Part 4, Legends. Part 5, Tall Tales and Anecdotes. Part 6, Tales About Nature. Yeah, so there's like a Cinderella, I would say, alter ego. Her name's Ash Feathers, and instead of going to the ball, she goes to church. I was like, wow. And she found like her dream guy at church because she was dressed like really nice, because she was praying in her nice dress. You know, that's nice. Anyway, yeah, I found that to be fun. And then you have like the lore of mermaids in here, and that was interesting. So, and they also, in these fairy tales, I noticed that some of them actually repeat, like with slightly different details, but like there's usually like a farmer with either 3 daughters or 3 sons, or they're seeking their fortune, or dwarves, lots of dwarves, and they always feature a guy named Hans, and like a girl named Anna, or yeah, those are just the names that really like here. And then you've got some like biblical names here too, but the one that was really prominent, I keep remembering, is Hans. So Hans was in a lot of these stories. This Hans guy really got around. He did a lot of things. And the last book that I read isn't actually a book, it's a graphic novel, and I borrowed it from Kara's roommate Eru. Thank you, Eru. And this is called This One Summer by Jillian Tamaki and Mariko Tamaki. And it's about this girl who, her and her parents go to this Awago beach every summer. And she has a summer friend that she sees all the time, except this trip is different because her parents are fighting more. They recently tried to have another baby, but it wasn't possible, or she thinks that her mom is sad because she can't have another baby. And at the same time, she like has a crush on the local like grocery store guy, and he is actually kind of a jerk because this is actually like 3 different stories sort of mashed into one, but from like this girl's perspective. And so you have only her view of what's going on and things like that. And you can hear her like eavesdropping on the conversation between the grocery store guy and his best friend about like this girl he's sleeping with, and then she became pregnant. And then when he refuses to acknowledge her, or even like talk to her about the pregnancy, she tries to kill herself. And then like at the same time, the mom is still struggling with the loss of she had a miscarriage while trying to have another kid, and she's just trying to like, she doesn't understand why her mom is so sad all the time, and she just thinks her mom's a big drag. And yeah, like it's 3 different like things rolled into one, and it's just, I didn't get why Eru would say I want you to read something that will impact you. And at first I was like, it's okay. And then as I kept, thinking about it, I was like, yeah, this was actually a pretty great idea rolled into this really cute sort of summer book, and it's just really easily drawn and everything. And you'll really just flow through this. And it's just very hard for me to explain unless you read it yourself, or if you know a friend who has this, borrow it or something, just give it a shot. I think like if you want a summer book with kind of a little bit of drama in it, yeah, you might like this. So that's it. Those are the 5 books I read. Books 55 to 60. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!